Good morning. You are refreshed? You are enjoying the expansion of your time and place? You know what you are wanting? You are eager to begin? You have something pulsing within you that you are ready to hear about? Where do you want to begin? There are things. Begin right here. Yes.
Hi, Abraham. I've been thinking about exercise. It seems to me that our mental, intellectual, human selves has evolved more quickly or beyond our physical bodies. Is that possible?
It isn't in this sense. When you are expanding in terms of vibration, and by that expansion that we think you mean, and we always mean, it's an aligned expansion, then there is always the inspiration for behavior that always is in alignment with that. So if you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, which is what intellectual expansion must be as far as we are concerned, then everything else that would enhance that beingness would follow.
So, because my occupation, most of what I do is just sedentary. By nature, I'm not a sedentary person. I feel like I have a lot of energy and I always want to be moving, and yet I spend hours sitting in front of a computer. So, and I'm thinking, but there was a time when our physical bodies didn't sit in front of computers, and we had to do more physical activity just to live. And so it seemed to me that that's more in tune with the way our bodies are engineered.
But think about the limitation that you are arguing for here. In other words, your body is a cellular community, and those cells don't need you to be on a bicycle. In other words, the cellular community can function and will function in response to what's going on vibrationally. So the advantage of movement is such a circular thing. You're saying if more movement were involved, as it was at one time, then my body would receive benefit. And we say your body always has the ability to receive benefit no matter what. And then we say you could be primarily sedentary, as you are describing, and tuned in, tapped in, turned on, eager about life because of the thought projection that you are offering. And in that eagerness, you would be vibrationally open so that the cells of your body could get whatever it is that they are wanting in order to thrive. What you're forgetting in this conversation, and we know you know it and we'll remember it as we speak about it, is that in the same way that you are a consciousness, you have trillions of cells who are also consciousness, who are getting what they want and need through the framework of the vibrational attitude or mood or personality that you have set. So if you can deal with yourself in an emotional way so that you're feeling good, which means your passageways are all open, we promise you the cells of your body will get what they want. Now, having said that, imagine a cellular community who is active about what they want. You would begin to feel yourself stimulated and eager about movement, finding yourself offering more movement even in your sedentary environment. As Esther sat, they've been walking every day in the campgrounds, and they've not been doing as much walking even since they've been on the ship. So when Esther sat to meditate today, she felt her body moving during meditation in ways that it has not moved before, because the cells of her body were asking for movement that in her absence of any resistance, she translated their request and had a total workout sitting in a chair with her feet up. You see, when you allow your cells to do their work, and the way you do that is by being in a good mood or attitude, then your body thrives.
Okay, so if I'm hearing this right, then if I've spent a week not doing any actual, quote, exercise.
Yes, but here the attitude with which you say that.
It's so resistant. It's like I'm thinking I have to do this set of exercises, otherwise I'm sedentary.
But, you see, whether you're not doing the exercises and feeling guilty and resentful about it, or whether you're doing them and feeling overworked or like you don't have enough time to do them, in either case, the action is opposite, but the result is the same. You're still blocking the cell's ability to give you their best performance. Everything is attitude, mental, mood first, and then follow through with anything that is inspired. And what you begin to notice, there are all kinds of things that you could do. In other words, you don't need to run the marathon while you're sitting at your computer, but there are all kinds of things that you could do while things are loading, while you're taking a break. In other words, you could be much more active, but in that attitude, you never figure out how to do any of that. There are different environments. In the bus, Esther has a very tall desk, a very large, beautiful desk in the bedroom of the bus. And it's configured so because when the walls come in so that they can drive, the bed actually puts itself away under this desk. And file cabinets move back and the desk moves under, so the desk is quite tall in order to accommodate all of that. And as a result, she has a very tall chair that has a footrest on it, and so she can be close to standing all of the time. She said it is the most comfortable chair she's ever been in, because whether she's sitting or standing or sitting or standing, it doesn't make much difference because her desk is tall. And now she finds herself much more active. Her body feels much more flexible. Sometimes she will stand and edit a tape for an hour and not even realize she's been standing because she's comfortable about where she is. There are all kinds of things that begin to occur to you. There is no situation that you want to accommodate that you cannot accommodate in pure alignment and joy. Not one. But there are a lot of people looking for a lot of reasons to explain why things aren't the way they want them to be. And that's what we call arguing for your limitations. Justifying or defending why it's not better for you in this way or in this way or in this way.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm saying, well, of course I'm 15 pounds overweight. I sit in front of the computer all the time, and I just don't have time to exercise. So that's just...
And even your acknowledgement. In other words, everyone has the standard of the way they want to look. And until you make peace with what is, in other words, there are many who look at Esther, they get letters all the time. If Esther is a deliberate creator, why is she not the perfect body weight? And
she is.
What we would like to say to all of them is, you don't get to choose for her. In other words, you get to choose for you, but you don't get to choose for her, you see. Right. A lot of people spend so much time choosing the inappropriateness of the way other people look or what their body weight is, that they use other people's fatness as their excuse to not allow their energy to flow. It's such an interesting thing. There are a lot of people who are actually at their perfect ideal body weight who don't allow themselves to thrive because they're worried about somebody else who isn't there, you see. And so you just have to get your nose out of everybody else's business and focus upon your own thriving. And we hear you doing that on all topics all the time. We always enjoy visiting with you because you are fine-tuning and you are forthright in what you are thinking about. In other words, you're not pretending something is different than it is for you, which means your feelings are real, which means you can do something about them. Always striving for a better place. It's good.
Thank you. Thank you very much.